Hello, hello. I am back again today. Oh, and look, I actually got my room service today. Okay, so I checked in with you guys a couple hours ago, and I'm here to report the day is still young. We have dinner in about 45 minutes, followed by open mic night, which I will be reading one of my articles at, which I'm a little bit nervous about, but that's why I signed up to do it, is because I want to be uncomfortable. The day has improved. So just wanted to touch base and say I'm feeling better, a little bit more energetic, a little bit more with it. That's the thing, and I said this yesterday, the great thing about a conference like this is everybody is so understanding and understands that your self-care comes first. And that, you know, if you need to take some time to decompress and rest because you have a chronic illness or you're physically uncomfortable sitting in those chairs all day, they understand, and everybody's we all get each other here, and it's so refreshing. But anyways, the day is going really, really great. I was part of I got to be included in a really important panel today that I was really excited for, about sexual intimacy in having these health conditions. And I really got a lot out of this because we had so many different people in this little breakout group representing so many different conditions and experiences, but we all were kind of saying the same thing. And it was just really refreshing and good to know that there's other people out there experiencing the same things I am. And it's something that I don't talk about a lot on It's Only Brews, sexual intimacy, that is. I don't talk about it a lot, but it is so, so important. And I feel like maybe I should start talking about it more, because as I learned today, like I said, everybody is kind of experiencing the same underlying issues. And so maybe that's a topic I start exploring. People have asked me to do it before, but I haven't felt comfortable. But I want to get comfortable with that. Especially after today, I feel rejuvenated, and no, things have been going really, really great after I got out of this room. I'm learning a lot from other advocates with other health issues. I'm learning so much about the HIV community. There's a lot of stigma and misconception that has been passed down, especially ever since the 90s, where that was like a huge scare here in the US. But it still exists. And while I feel that I'm a little bit more educated on that than I think the general population is, I'm really learning a lot from the people that are here representing HIV and AIDS. And I mean, my mind has been blown today over and over again, listening to some of their stories and their fears and their victories. So that's been really great. And I've also really been getting a lot of the mental health advocates here, because that's another thing that I don't really talk about too much on It's Only a Bruise, but I do have a history of mental illness, and there you go. It's the first time I've ever said it out loud. But I kind of pushed that part of me out, because I felt that it was wrong, that I was doing something wrong by having that be a part of my life. And I don't want to do that anymore. Not after this weekend and getting to hear from other people. And I mean, I'm doing a disservice to people by not talking about this stuff. So that, and also I met a wonderful woman who's actually also part of the HIV community. Her name is Kamaria. She made sure to come find me because we had been corresponding on, I think it was Twitter, prior to this conference. And I, without knowing it was her, yesterday she had raised her hand and asked a question or said something at some panel, and her voice is so distinct, and it's a voice that like you just can't forget. And her voice is nearly identical to my friend Carissa. And for anybody on here who I don't know how many people of like my real life friends, or I shouldn't say real life, but people like I know in person and, you know, for the last few years or whatever, who aren't part of the MS community, but I don't know how many of them actually monitor and visit my It's Only a Bruise stuff. But if anybody does, you know, and if you knew Carissa, you know what her voice sounds like. And it's very, like I said, very distinct. You can't forget it. There's no other voice that sounds like it except for Kamaria. And when she tapped me on the shoulder earlier and said, "Are you Kat?" And I felt like I heard Carissa's voice. Like I lost it. I turned around and I said, "You have her voice," you know. And but she's a total sweetheart, and I'm meeting the most incredible people. I know I keep saying it, but oh my God, the most incredible people are at this conference, and it's going to be very hard to leave tomorrow and go back to normal and real life where most of the people around you don't understand what you're going through, where you have to make excuses for people, you know, so that they're comfortable and so that you're accepted, where you have to explain yourself constantly, and here you don't have to do that. People just understand, and it's really nice. So I'm really excited to write a recap blog for It's Only a Bruise about everything, at least from what I can remember. I've been trying to take a lot of notes. Yeah. Oh, and I should also talk about last night, Karen Duffy, aka Duff. Was an MTV DJ, for those of you who are old enough to remember MTV when it's good and when they had VJs. And she also was JP Shea in Dumb and Dumber, which is where I really know her from, because I love that movie. I can to this day probably recite nearly the whole thing. But she was here because she is a chronic pain advocate, and oh my God, she was keynote last night, and her whole speech was just broken up into like perfect, mind-blowing t-shirt slogans. And I posted several of them on Twitter, and I believe I took screenshots and put them here on Facebook too, but you should go read them. And maybe if I remember in a blog, I'll give more context to them. But yeah, that's it. So excuse me. All right. So I'm going to just hang out a little bit before heading down to dinner, and open mic night and that kind of thing. Let me just, I don't think I showed anybody yet, but check out, oh no, I was hoping to show you, no, that didn't work. What if I do this? I was trying to show you the view. Oh, there we go. This beautiful, oh, wrong way. Beautiful view. Oh my God. Okay, this isn't working. Oh, there we go. Look at this. That's what I get to wake up to. It's beautiful. All right. That is all. Okay. So I hope you're enjoying these little updates that I'm putting up every day. And again, if you're looking for more just quick little snippets of information, I'm posting on Twitter a lot more regularly than I normally do. Again, that's at wow. Okay. At It's Only a Bruise. All right, guys, I will see you later, and have a good night. Oh, last, I promise. Are you interested in me live streaming open mic nights? I don't know how well that would work, because it would just be like, you know, the sound, like room sound, as opposed to like a microphone plugged into this. You know what? Forget it. It will be, if you go to Heal the Voices, oh my God, I said Heal the Voices, Healthy Voices. I keep doing that. HealtheVoices.com. They're streaming everything, even stuff that's been stuff on Friday and earlier today, and everything tomorrow is being streamed live and saved for future viewing. And last thing, I'm really excited. I promise, double promise now that this is the last thing. I also got to meet Kevin Hines today, which, if you don't know who he is, I'm sure you've heard his story. If not, remember his name. He survived a suicide attempt. He jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge and survived, and now he's a big suicide prevention advocate, and I've been wanting to meet him for years, and he's here. He was in on a panel earlier, just kind of hanging out in the back of the room, but tomorrow he's doing a talk. But I got to meet him and take a picture with him, and he filmed a little 1-minute video of me for his social media. So I'm really excited for that tomorrow. So if you've ever heard of him, let me know, and I'll let you know what how the talk goes tomorrow. So for real now, that's it. So I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. I'm having a blast. I'm out of here tomorrow, and that's it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.